Hi everyone, this is Mr. Souza, and today you're going to learn how to graph equations in standard form. So for standard form, the equation will be given on this form right here. Ax plus by equals c. So if we look at question 1, we have 2x minus 3y equals c. So what you want to do is split this into two parts, where you're going to have 2x equal to 6, and you're going to just omit the y because technically you're replacing the y by 0, but you can kind of skip that step and just have the 2x equal to 6, and on the other side you can set the y equal to 6, so negative 3y equals to 6. So to get x by itself, all you're going to do is divide both sides by 2. And for the y, you have to divide both sides by negative 3. So by doing that, your x is going to be equal to 3, which means when your x is 3, your y is 0. And then for the y, 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. So your y is negative 2, which means when your x is 0, your y is negative 2. So your next step is to plot those 2 points in your grid. So 3, 0, that means you're going to go right here. So your x-intercept, you graph that on your x-axis, and the y-intercept, you graph that on your y-axis. So 0, negative 2 is right here. So again, the first one is side to side. And your second point is up and down. So once you have those 2 points, you can go ahead and connect them and make your graph. So it will look like this. Another way you could have done this is to rewrite this equation right here in slope-intercept form. And once you have the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, you can also graph. Please pause the video and try question number 2. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're going to go over question number 2. So we start with the x-intercept. So x-intercept, you're replacing the y by 0. So you could just write 3x equals 12. And then for the y-intercept, you replace x by 0. So you can just write 2y equals 12. And then we're solving for both x and y. So for the x here, you're going to divide both sides by 3. And for the y, you're going to divide both sides by 2. So by doing that, we get 12 divided by 3, which is 4. So your x is equal to 4. And your y is equal to 6 because 12 divided by 2 is 6. So for the x, x4, that's going to be right here. Because again, on your x-axis, you get 4 right there. And then for the y-axis, you're going to make a point at 6. So once you have that, you can connect the 2 points. Very important, make sure you always remember to draw the arrows. It's a very common mistake that students forget those arrows, and if they do, it's wrong. So now we're going to scroll down to the next 2 questions. Please pause the video and try question number 3. Welcome back, everyone. Now we're going to go over question number 3. So same idea, you're going to get your x and your y intercept. So for the x-intercept, you're replacing the y by 0. So you're just going to get 2x is equal to 4. And for the y-intercept, you're going to replace the x by 0. So you're going to get negative y is equal to 4. So for the x, you're going to divide both sides by 2, like this. And for the y, you're going to divide both sides by negative 1. So once you do that, for x, you're going to get 2. And for the y, you're going to get negative 4. So x is 2, so 2, 0. And the y negative 4, so 0, comma, negative 4. To keep things simple, just remember this. For the x, you're going to plot that point on your x-axis. So it should be easy to remember. X goes on the x-axis, y will go on the y-axis. So x, we get 2. So you're going to make a bubble at 2, right there. And then for the y, negative 4. So your y-axis, up and down, negative 4. So always remember this, x-axis, that's sideways, left and right. And your y-axis is up and down. Okay, changing the colors here. So you connect the 2 points. And again, do not forget to draw your arrow. Please stop the video and try question number 4. Welcome back, everyone. Question 4 is the type of question that you wish you had on your test. So the reason is, if you solve for x, look at that. It's already done for you. Because if you replace y by 0, you're just left with x equals 3. There's no coefficient. There's no extra work we have to do. Same thing for the y. Y is equal to 3. So when your x is 0, your y is 3. And for the first one, when your y is 0, your x is 3. So you have 3 comma 0 and 0 comma 3. So on your x-axis, you look for 3. And on your y-axis, you also look for 3. And once you have your 2 points, you can go ahead and connect them and draw your line. And when I say line, by definition, a line must have those 2 arrows, which means it goes on forever on both ends.